Welcome back to the 245 podcast, which is the number of hours it will be until this boy will be at Dort in Josh's arms.
Me too.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
I forgot that Mike is an epic loser and will not be able to support his friend by driving down to Dort to visit him, which is a tradition we do every year for the past
1 year.
It's a pretty good tradition, honestly.
Am I allowed to justify myself?
No, you're not allowed at all to speak.
You can try, Mike, but it won't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no justification.
So, here's the deal.
It's by grace alone.
Here's the deal. So we're talking about weekends to come down to Dort. And I look at my calendar. I'm like, frick. I'm booked out every single weekend for the rest of the school year. And this is the beginning of March.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Because it's just, spring is a busy time for me and my major and stuff. But anyways, we decide on a weekend, April 27, whatever. Yeah. And I realize about a week after we decide that is the weekend of the musical at Avail, which Kylie is in and my sister is in. And if Kylie was not in it and she was not a senior, I would have gone to the Thursday showing and gone to Dort, but I decided to stay because it's her last show. And also they asked me to do music for it and tech for it. So then I have to be at all of them. So I'm doing that. I'm missing out on Dort this year. The rest of the boys are going for 2 nights, but I'll be here.
So you heard it here first on the 245 podcast. Mike is a giant simp.
Pretty much. Josh, what are your thoughts?
I think your reasoning is justifiable, but also I would like to add that since like the beginning of the year, I was saying, oh, you guys should like figure that out. And then it got to March and then you were like, oh, let's actually figure this out. And then Mike was like, that's the only weekend I'm not doing something. So
and then it ended up, yeah. Okay, I will say,
asked for.
I will say this current weekend, the 22nd, 23rd, was available for all of us, but Evan said no because it's Riley's birthday today. So who's also a simp? Evan.
Evan.
Think about it.
Kind of already knew this though.
Because this weekend and next weekend were the free weekends. And I said, and then Evan said he couldn't do that one. And then we decided on the other one this coming weekend. And then I realized afterwards that it didn't work for me.
You guys want to hear
bad timing for you?
Yeah.
You guys want to hear a funny story about how I'm a terrible fiance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
always.
I was thinking about weekends to do my bachelor party.
Oh no.
And we're doing like a camping trip. So I need like 2 or 3 days to do that. So I need a weekend. So I was starting to look at weekends and I started to ask the guys and stuff. So I thought about this weekend like a lot because I had to talk to like 11 people about it. And I picked a weekend. So it's the weekend of July 8th. That's a Saturday. And then for some reason, I didn't have it in my calendar that Mandy's birthday is the 9th.
Oh.
But hey, what I did tell her is I'll be back by like 2.
Oh, there you go.
So like I can still take her out to dinner and stuff. And like we're going to be a week off from the wedding. So
yeah,
I mean, we will be spending a lot of time together trying to figure that out.
Be partying the next weekend.
Yeah. But it's just so funny because like if you had asked me what Mandy's birthday is, I'd be like July 9. I know when her birthday is. But like when I'm thinking of July 8, it doesn't pop into my head like that's right next to Mandy's birthday. I also don't do dates very well.
Yeah.
Well,
the one you took me out on was pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty romantic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
I think you're doing really well, Joey.
Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. That's good to hear. Josh, how have you been? What have you been up to? Tell me about you. So excited.
That makes me so uncomfortable. Wait, when was the last time I talked to you guys? It was probably when I was home on Easter break, right?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
I guess was only 2 weeks ago, but that feels like a long, long time ago.
It did.
It does.
And then I'm not even going to see you this weekend, so whatever. Okay, actually next year, I know we said this last year, but actually next year, we will find a date earlier to go to Dort.
Yep. We will do that.
Yeah. I promise,
Like
Josh.
We'll see.
January 1,
We'll see.
we're picking out a date.
Yes. Maybe like tonight we should pick up.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, Josh.
Tonight, get it on the calendar.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I'm trying to think what has happened the past 2 weeks. So I will go to my calendar. As
That's
I
smart.
That's what I
usually
do.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
pull up my calendar.
Last Saturday was kind of exciting. Well, in the morning, I had 4 percussion lessons, which is when I just had like 1 or 2, it's like, okay, I'm just kind of doing this to be nice because it's not really making me that much money. But now I have 5 students, and if I do like 5 on a Saturday, that's like a decent amount of money. So that's fun to have some more students, and a few of them are like actually pretty good. So that's
good.
fun. Anyways, I taught lessons, and then I got in the car and drove to Omaha, where my friends were already at the zoo. So I spent the afternoon in Omaha at the Omaha Zoo, which is actually a really nice zoo. Unbeknownst to me, I
Wow.
didn't know it was like a big deal, but apparently the Omaha Zoo is like one of the best in the country. It was a little cold and rainy, so it wasn't the greatest zoo day, but I hadn't been to a zoo in a long, long time. So it was just kind of nostalgic and still fun. And then we went out to eat in downtown Omaha, and by that time it was kind of late already, so we came back. But yeah, that's about like the most exciting thing I do while at college is like go to Omaha or Sioux Falls.
How
So
far away is Omaha?
Yeah.
it's like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I thought you said
2.5
10 and a half for a
I
second.
thought that too, and I was like, there's no way he would make that drive twice in a
For
day.
the zoo.
Yeah, so guys,
Yeah,
think
but-
of geography, Omaha, Nebraska.
Is it
Not
2
10
hours and
hours.
45 minutes?
2 hours 45 minutes. That could work for an intro. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Should've
it was
thought
more
of
like 220, 230, but close enough to 245.
Yeah. Well, we got some videos of you at a concert from your friends. How'd
Oh
that
yeah,
go?
that's what I was going to talk about next. On Friday, I had a small ensembles concert where a percussion ensemble was performing, and I did a marimba solo. So I
Yeah.
did that, and then one piece with a percussion ensemble.
Yeah.
So
You know
is it a small ensemble? Is a small ensemble for people like under 6 foot or like what?
Yeah, you got to
Is-
be under 6 foot, under like 160.
Okay. So that's why you performed.
Yeah, I just get under those limits, so
Okay.
I'm good.
Perfect. Joey, what were you going to
Yeah.
say?
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know why, but like when we pulled up to that concert for the first time, the thing that always like cracks me up about like those concerts, and it's so weird, maybe it's just me, but it's just like how it's just dead silent, like when you guys transition for like 2 or 3 minutes. Like you guys gotta like readjust and stuff. I don't know what I expect to be taking place during those 2 minutes, but it always is just like it is dead quiet in this room, and we are just watching them move around on stage. It feels a little
Wait, are
weird.
you talking
Like,
about the one last year?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we came.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you watched this one on live stream or something.
No. I mean, yes. We
I
definitely
doubted
did
it.
that.
I highly doubted it, but I thought I'm just surprised you remember that so vividly from last year.
Yeah, no, we remember. But you know they should play during those transitions?
Puppy love.
Crab
Well,
rave.
yes. But do you guys remember when we went to see Sherlock Holmes in 8th grade and they played that like
Oh,
that music
the
in between
GTA music.
the GTA music and scene transitions?
Okay,
Joey, were
we're
you
gonna
there?
play this song as our outro. It's
Yes.
really hype, and
It is so hype.
we went crazy to it. It was used during one of our musicals in high school, and I think were we in what?
We were in
grade
8th grade. We were at like a preview night thing for the high school and we were all in 8th grade.
Because I was like, Mike, why would you have been there? You weren't at school in 8th grade. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was like an 8th grade shadow day for the high school, and they gave all the 8th graders tickets to the musical. And we were all just sitting in a row, and we went crazy during all like the black scene changes because
Yeah.
this music was so hype.
So listen to the music at the end of this podcast and imagine just 8th grade Micah, Josh, Joey, Mitch, and Evan just absolutely going crazy.
I really don't think I was there for this.
You weren't there?
I don't think so.
Joey,
Is
I
that-
think you were.
Okay, then I might have been.
I remember Evan being there specifically because I think that's where I met him for the first time.
Oh, that's a good day to remember.
Yeah. Josh and Mitch I already knew, but They're old news.
We're boring. I
Yeah.
get it.
Well,
But yeah, that would be really funny to play that as like the stage is changing for concerts.
Yeah. I can't even
Hilarious.
remember what it was. I have to listen to it again. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to hear it again.
Hopefully we're able to find it. I think we will be.
Yeah, I can't have any empty promises here.
Yeah.
we don't do that
We
on
will
the
do it for the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and I guess to finish off that thought, my mom came for that concert, and some of my grandpa and grandma came, and a few of my aunts and uncles. So then we went to Culver's. Then yesterday I got to hang out with my mom a little, and yeah,
Nice.
that's kind of it. Those were the two bigger events in my last 2 weeks.
Cool.
Nice. That's pretty hype.
Joey.
What about you guys?
Yeah, how's your week, Joey?
Oh,
2 weeks.
It was. Oh, I can only think about last week.
That's okay. Just focus on last week.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the week before was pretty chill because I was procrastinating on the stuff I should have done last week.
That he's currently doing today.
I remember you had a really big paper. Right?
Oh yeah, I'm working on that. Okay. I'll try to cover everything. So last Thursday was I preached for 20 minutes in the morning, and then I had a 20-minute like teaching lesson that I had to do. And yeah, basically all of last week was just like focused on preparing myself for those two things. So I spent a ton of time working on that. They both, I thought, went pretty good. The preaching definitely could have gone a little better. For some reason, in the dead middle of it, I just like got really nervous. And you know when you like mess up your breathing and you start thinking about how you're breathing and then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I was able to kind of like reel it back in and like the rest of it was fine. But yeah.
So
But I
who
thought-
were you doing that in front of?
I was doing that in front of my class. So it was just like 13 other kids. So it wasn't in front of a lot of people, which was nice. So I did that. And then I had my teaching methods lesson, that's a lot easier because you can do like interactive stuff. So like I did I did a game. Oh, do you guys remember the game in high school in Mr. Teen's class where it was an investing game?
Yeah.
And you got to invest
Yep.
in stocks?
I remember that.
I made one of those for that
No
class.
way.
Because the verse was, it was somewhere in Matthew. It was Matthew 6. And it's about like thinking about where you're investing and like make sure you're investing in like heavenly treasures rather than
Like
earthly
storing
treasures.
up your treasure.
Yeah. So then I played the investing game. So Mr. Teen, if you're still listening to this, major shout out because people loved the game and I loved
That's kind of awesome.
making the game. Yeah. So that was kind of fun. So then on Thursday, I decided like, hey, I just did both those things. I'm going to write off the whole day. I'm just going to have fun. I don't think I did anything crazy, but I did like no homework. Then Friday, I was like, I'm going to do stuff and like be productive. Didn't at all. Did literally nothing. And then yesterday, I was like, okay, today's my day to be really productive and get a lot done. And I checked my screen time and it was like 6 hours by the end of the day, which is frankly just embarrassing. That's just
Wait, your
ridiculous.
screen time for like your phone?
Yeah, it was 6 hours.
So not productive stuff.
Not productive stuff.
Yeah, Joey was like, I'm going to grind out homework today. I get back from being gone all day. Joey's sitting in his bed on his phone. What are you doing?
I hadn't been there all day. I did like 2 or 3 hours of homework in the morning.
Mm,
And then the rest of the day was me not doing homework.
okay.
That was poor timing.
That wasn't great. But then today I went to church, I went to brunch, but then I was actually fairly productive. So I've written 3 of my 10 pages today. So
Nice.
Wow.
That is really good progress.
that is very good progress. But then after this, I got to go take a systematic exam. So that'll be fun because I got to use a lot of brain power for that. So that's been my week.
Wow.
Nice.
Mike, how's your week been?
Mike, you're up.
I'm up. Well, first I got to say, while Joey was grinding his 3 pages today, I was busy doing homework as well. I was setting up a shot.
I picked the wrong major.
For my cinematography and lighting class.
I could punch you in the face right now.
Turned out pretty nice, I thought. Joey was a great model, and he was looking pretty cute.
My mom
Yeah, they
always
sent me
said,
the pictures. Joey is actually a model.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, my 2 weeks have actually been pretty busy. There's been a lot going on. Well, first of all, we came back from Easter, had a beautiful, beautiful week for weather. You can tell we're boring college students and adults when we're talking about the weather, but it was nice. It was 80 in the 80s every single day that week. Joey, did you like that?
I did like that when it was warm. Yeah.
I hope so. When it was warm. Yeah. It didn't stay like that for long.
Yeah.
So we just enjoyed the nice weather a lot. I was out longboarding. I longboarded to class again. It was so much fun.
Nice.
Wednesday night. No, not Wednesday night. What night was it? Oh, wait. No, that's later. We'll get to that. Thursday, the 13th was Kylie's birthday. We went out to Red Robin with her whole family and then just hung out. Friday night, left for my SOMO RA retreat. So we went 2 nights to one of the ARD's parents' Airbnb that they own, and we stayed 2 nights there. So I cannot get through this. Joey sent a picture in our group chat. I'm laughing so much.
What is that?
That's Mike.
Guys, go check out our Instagram.
Model.
Okay, on our Instagram, you will see the model picture of Joey and the model picture of me, I guess.
Wait, I need a model picture too. Guys,
Josh,
what do I do?
We'll find a picture of you.
Just find some random picture.
Anyways, we'll find a picture of Josh. Post on the Instagram. Go check it out at the 245 podcast on Instagram.
Yep.
Anyways, SOMO retreat. It was a lot of fun. Really felt like we grew as a staff together.
Just in time for the year to be done.
Just in time for the year to be done in a couple weeks. MPs weren't invited. Suck it, Joey.
Get destroyed.
There's an indoor pool and hot tub at this place, so we got to swim in that. Kind of crazy wild times. We listened to Puppy Love, Ride or Die, and Look at the Trees while we were swimming and hanging out in the hot tub. Yes, Josh.
Waving in the breeze.
Go off, Josh.
And then also one really cool thing that happened. So we had some worship time in the pool, like because the acoustics were awesome. Parker, shout out Parker Ravel, played some guitar, sounded epic. But one of our
Did he
guys,
bring his guitar in the pool?
Yeah, he did.
That sounds really bad for a guitar.
No, we were in the pool room, to be more specific.
I was imagining you just in the water.
In the pool. In the pool. Well, after worship one of the nights, Kelton, who is one of the RAs, he decided to get baptized. So our RD Mike baptized Kelton in the pool, and it was a really cool experience, just seeing that, and felt like we really all were able to connect and grow because of it. And it was a really cool story because like Mike felt like he was prompted a couple weeks ago to ask if anyone wanted to get baptized, and then he asked, and then a couple songs later, Kelton said, "I want to get baptized." So we did that. So cool God moments happening there. We watched Cars 1 the first night, and then Cars 2 the second night. Quality movies.
Especially the first one.
First one.
It's a banger of a
really
movie.
hits home.
It does.
People don't understand about
don't.
that movie because it's just, I grew up with that thing. That was Friday through Sunday. Sunday came back, and then it was cold, and it snowed on Sunday. So that was great. So we had 80-degree weather, and then it snowed, and then it rained and melted all that snow. It was just weird. Tuesday night, Joey can relate to this. We had a very useful student leader training session.
Oh my!
In Naz
Let me
great
go
room.
off. Let me go off.
I'm gonna let Joey.
Let me cook.
Go
Let
off.
me cook. Okay, listen to everyone out there. Okay, you have to realize that people's time is valuable. I can never get any more time. So that 2 hours that they took from me, I can never get back. And by the way, I'm hyping this up a little more. I really didn't care that much. But anyways, so we're supposed to have this speaker come in and give us like a student leader training. Whatever, I'm fine with that. I know I signed up to be an MP, so I get training. Anyways, we find out that he canceled the day of. Okay? If I was in charge, I would just cancel the event. You couldn't really plan for him canceling last minute. Just don't have it. Instead, they bring in this lady called, what's her name? Nina Barnes?
Called.
Yeah, I don't know what she's named. I don't know. I overthought that for a minute.
She works here.
She works here. And she gave a presentation on, what was it? Conflict?
Conflict. I've never even heard a presentation on conflict before.
Yeah.
As a leader. I mean, I've never heard that.
Yeah. And she definitely was recycling it and using it from past times. And it was just such a snooze fest and unpractical and no changing. And it's like, it's better to not do a student leader training than do a bad student leader training. And they chose to do a bad student leader training. But there was one part that absolutely cracked me up. And it was, Nina was doing like her intro. So she was just like, she was definitely shooing from the hip here. But she said that she got an email from Pizza Luce, which said something about chicken and waffle pizza. And then she said that and everyone groaned.
Like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Another lady comes up. Do you know what her name is and what her role is?
I think her name is Christina.
Yes. What is she?
She works in student life in some position. But
She's in some job and I don't know what it is.
And I will say, for context to what Joey's about to say, at the beginning of the year, all of the student leaders went on a retreat and we had this little session where we talked about not like respecting other people's cultures when it came to things that are part of their culture. So they gave us 5 different kinds of foods that we definitely would have never tried, like some little octopus, like dried octopus thing, like some spicy candy from like Mexico or something. And basically the exercise was to try and eat these things but pretend you were with someone that really, really liked them. So that, because if say like Joey, his culture growing up, he really loved cheese pizza. I'm just, obviously everyone likes it. I'm just using it as an example.
Yeah.
And I tried cheese pizza for the first time in front of Joey and I was like, oh, that's horrible. Joey might feel a little bit like hurt because he grew up and his cheese pizza was big in his culture. But if instead I went and I tried it and I was like, oh, maybe that's not something for me, but I really understand like why you would like that. So like basically trying to like not make faces and not like react badly to foods that other people might have really like. So that's the context.
Yep. So then she goes up there and like interrupts.
Christina goes up.
Yeah, Christina goes up and interrupts Nita and like stops and is like, so we're all kind of laughing and like in a good mood because we thought it was funny and like we don't think that pizza would taste good. And then she starts lecturing us about, hey, remember this event? Like, could you imagine if Nina actually liked this? And the funny part was Nina was actually trashing it. She was like saying like, oh, that's actually disgusting. And it's just like, oh, that is such a dumb thing. Also, the whole idea of that exercise is just, I disagree with.
Yeah.
I don't care what culture you're a part of, like, or I think are part of my culture. If you don't like it, that's fine by me. It's not like part of who I am as an individual. Like, I don't care if my culture.
You don't like my hamburger? How dare you?
Yeah, it's like, okay, big deal. You move on. Like, I don't know.
But it was a complete mood killer.
Oh yeah,
like,
it was.
The room
dead.
went silent.
Yeah,
and no one knew how to react.
Yeah,
like some people like kind of like laughed a little bit just because they thought. I think Christina was like legit.
Oh, she
not
was
happy.
Yo, yeah, she was for sure mad. And it's just like, lady, you have no clue what's going on here. No one really cares. I get your point, but it's
like
a bad
you're literally
point.
just kind of vibing with what's going on with the presentation. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a dumb reaction.
Also, she wasn't even up there with Nina. She got up out of her table and went up to the mic and said that. So
yeah. And then the rest of it was just boring. Wasn't very engaged.
You look across the room, everyone's head was down staring at their lap because everyone was looking at their phones.
Yep.
There were so many memes being sent to the RE group chat.
That's my favorite.
It was so funny.
And then Josiah Dunker went to the bathroom halfway through and never came back.
Yep.
And sound like that's what we should have done.
We should have done that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was our Tuesday night.
That was crazy. Yeah.
And then nothing really the rest of the week. I had a choir thing yesterday. And then today went to church and then had a film shoot that only took an hour and a half to do the actual filming. So that was the last day. That's a wrap on our film shoot that I was working on the last month and a half-ish, 5-day shoot. And then after that was done, I went to a little surprise birthday party for Kelsey, which Joey was already also there.
I was there as well.
So we did that. And now we're here.
Woo!
That's my 2 weeks.
That's solid.
Yeah, it was good. I'm excited for the end of the school year.
Me
I
too.
think it's starting to get a little nicer than it.
Slightly.
Slightly. It's like
Few
going to be in the
degrees?
I think it's going
50s
to warm
and
up a
60s.
little this week.
Yeah.
But today was a beautiful day. It was really sunny. It looks really
Wait,
nice
how
outside
hot
right
was
now,
it?
but it was like in the upper 40s. So it was, but there was a lot. It was sunny, so that's what made it nice.
Yeah.
It's still
I
like
guess that's
long
still
sleeve.
Too cold to me.
Yeah, I mean I agree. But wait, did you guys just hear that?
Hear what?
Josh, did you hear that?
I heard that.
Joey, is the mail sound again?
Oh, really?
You didn't hear it?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, we got actually a lot of mail
Really?
to read from.
Really?
4 emails actually.
Oh my
to
goodness.
be exact.
That's a lot of emails.
We're gonna start off with our good old faithful emailer, Braden Ritzma,
Oh, let's go.
Joey's brother. The subject of this email is Annika.
Oh boy.
This is referring to our podcast with Annika Stone that came out 2 weeks ago.
Banger of an
which is
episode, I dare say.
Already in our top 10,
Yeah.
and I think
Dude,
is at number
Annika's
7.
episode popped off.
It is, yeah, it's at number 10 with 138 listens. I think she got a lot of people to listen to it that she's friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Um,
if you look at like we have a analytic plays graph, it's basically just like a curve of days versus plays. And the day the Annika one came out, it like spikes way up and there are like 47 plays just on that episode on that day. Like the
Yeah.
next day it got 35, the next day it got 12, 6, 10, 11. So it's been like, yeah, quite a few
so
plays.
hers got like 75 listens in the first weekend, and the episode that came out 2 days ago has 40.
Mhm.
So you can kind of see. Obviously, we now know what the people like is
Yeah.
Annika.
Yeah.
So maybe she should become a permanent member. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
We'll send that to the elder board.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Mitch.
Elders will vote.
Mitch
Yep.
is the elder board.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Anyways.
she's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
6, 7. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you did say that. My bad.
You're good. I forgive you.
You know what's crazy? Sorry, one more thing about analytics before we get on. Like the number of plays we have is pretty cool. I think we've only had one day since we started this podcast where no one has listened.
How do you know we have the one day?
What?
How do you know that we have the one day?
Because you can see it. It goes to
On
zero.
the plays
Oh,
graph, you
okay.
can see it goes,
Yeah.
dips down to 0.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I also want to say what last week we talked about our number of listens. What were we at? 3,000?
Yeah, I thought so.
We are now at 3,400.
Oh my goodness.
So we had 400 listens in the last 2 weeks.
That's pretty crazy.
I guess 3 weeks probably, but yeah, still pretty cool.
We chilling.
Anyways, from Braden Ritzma, Annika. Annika Stone was a terrific guest this week, by far the most enthusiastic guest and very entertaining. You should really check the skydiving box. Go do it. You needed a recovery episode after that clown last week. I think he works at Menards. Ooh,
Hey, Brayden,
self-roast. Those
can
are
I
rare.
just say, I wasn't in the episode with you, and I think that's the most I've laughed at any episode yet.
Hey,
It was hilarious.
your brother said the exact same
Yeah,
thing.
Justin.
No. Oh, Justin said it too?
No, maybe he didn't.
I was talking to Caleb and he came to landscaping one day and he was like, yeah, I don't think I've laughed like that in a while. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I listened to Bray's podcast on the way over. So Bray, I think the award for the funniest podcast might go to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it very well might.
I thought it was a funny one.
It was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
It was
Also,
really good.
the bleeps were hilarious.
The bleeds were pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that was
all that to say, Brayden, I don't think you're that much. I mean, you are a clown, but that's what made it good.
Mhm.
So
exactly.
Yeah. Just embrace it.
Still waiting for you to
Just
start a
embrace.
podcast.
Yeah. I think he said he's going to record an episode this week.
Let's go.
So
looking forward to it. We'll hype up your podcast on our podcast. You know,
Dude. If it's not that long, like 20 minutes, what if we did a review of the podcast? Like we
On
played
the
it
podcast.
and we
Oh my
listened to his podcast and then pause it and then like did commentary on it.
Podcast Inception. That'd be crazy.
We might need to try it.
That would be pretty good.
Podception. Also, you know who? You know who listened to our podcast? I got Instagram DM from
Who?
Holly Radke.
Really? That's crazy.
Josh, did you see that on the Instagram?
No,
don't know
I
if
didn't.
you.
I don't really check our Instagram.
But first, so you remember I posted the story of when Joey found the belt that he thought that was Braden's and he thought he didn't have.
Wait,
She
I
res-
never heard the story on that, but no, keep going. Sorry.
She responded to that story with a crying, laughing emoji.
Really?
And then on Tuesday, she responded to the Annika one and said, I liked this one. I enjoy listening to them all. Keep it up, guys.
Oh, that's so
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So I never
She was our
had her.
5th grade teacher,
Yeah.
right? For only 1 year, right? Josh?
She taught 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade because she kind of moved along with our section. So Evan, I think, had her all 3 years. I just had her 5th grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So she knows
Joey,
you
were
guys
in
from
the,
that.
You were in the other section, so she never had you, I don't think.
Yeah, but that was the year where we did the split, where in the mornings we'd have
Oh,
Mrs.
yeah, you're right.
Kobus, and she did English and something else. And then
Yeah.
Mrs. Radke did math and science.
And my mom, I think, has known her for a long time too. So she's kind of known my family. So I think that's how she's connected to me too. But and then also Annika's mom responded and said, as the president of the Annika Stone fan club, I thought the podcast was spectacular.
There you go.
and I
Let's
said,
go.
yes, thanks for listening. She said, I promise that I will listen to every podcast that's hosting one of my children. 1 stone down, 2 stones to go.
Wait, does she have younger?
She's 2 brothers.
Two brothers?
No. 1 sister, 1 brother.
Are they younger?
Yeah, both younger.
Are they here?
1 is PSEO here.
Oh.
And 1 is in high school. I think.
Okay.
Yep.
We might have to do that.
Anyways.
Just for one more listen from Monica's mom.
Yeah, we got to get the
We got to do what the fans
Mrs.
want.
Stoner's mom
Yeah.
on here.
Yep.
All right. Next email is subject 245 podcast from Jojo Studios 15 at gmail.com. This is Josiah Olson.
He's a G.
He is a G friend of mine. He's also an RA. And yeah, he listened to the episode with Annika and then got hooked, obviously, because
How could you not?
how could you not be hooked? He said, hey, I'm Josiah, a new listener to the 245 podcast. All I can say is keep it up. They are very entertaining and enjoyable to listen to. If ever a day comes when you are desperate for a stranger on the podcast, please reach out. I'd love to partake someday in the future. As a student at the University of Northwestern St. Paul, I'm nearby to the recording location, and that could be a plus. He's giving reasons here why he should be on.
Yeah, yep.
Besides that, my mom would think it would be super cool if I was on the podcast.
Yep.
Although any time would be swag. Maybe there's a future date in the fall that would be good to record. I may have some fun stories from Israel and India by then. I'm going there this summer.
Dude, that's going to be crazy.
Please consider me. Thanks so much, Joey, Micah, and Joshua. You are all certified gangsters. Big loves, heart emoji. Thank you, Josiah Olson.
There you go.
What
That's
a
such a-
sweet email.
Yeah, that's a wholesome email right there.
He would be a very entertaining guy to have
Oh
on the
my
podcast.
goodness. That'd
So
be such a good time.
we got to make it
Especially-
happen.
Yeah, especially after going to Israel and India. Oh my word.
Yeah, I think
That
I'll try to
sounds
do it.
awesome. Why is he going there?
He's doing mission stuff there.
Oh,
So-
bussin'.
Yeah, so I think since we don't have much time left this school year, we should leave it to the fall. Let him have his summer adventures, and we'll bring him on. Yeah, Josh, do you want to read the next email from another Ritzma?
Oh my
I will.
goodness.
This email is from Beth Ritzma. And
Yeah.
its subject line is using ChatGPT.
Oh.
She says, good afternoon, distinguished gentlemen. The drawbacks to ChatGPT in the field of education are many. However, thanks to the podcast, I found a benefit of using it today. As a reading intervention teacher, I'm always looking for reading passages that are not too hard to read to use with my students. Today, I wanted to find a passage with many words with the word part logi in them. I decided to give ChatGPT a try. This was my request, and then she wrote out what she wrote into the ChatGPT subject line, which was, write a 7th grade reading passage including biology, psychology, etymology, terminology, cardiology, geology, meteorology, and ophthalmology. I don't know how to say that. What is
What?
that?
I don't know what that word is.
It's OPH, so that's off. Ophthalmology? It
Ophthalmology.
might just be ophthalmology. I think I was way overthinking that. But I'm gonna look up a pronunciation in a sec, just to make sure I'm not making a fool of myself.
That's really wise, Josh.
Here it is. Oh yeah, it's literally just ophthalmology. My
Oh.
bad, guys. That's
Off
not
the
actually
chains.
that hard. Ophthalmology. I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Ophthalmology definition. It's the branch of medicine concerned with the diagnosis and treatment of disorders of the eye. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, it's very
Learn
specific.
something new every day.
Yep.
I see what it means.
Yep.
Good one. Wait, Joey, you're
Thanks.
supposed to say what?
What?
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
You got me always. I'm not going to read the whole passage, but basically ChatGPT wrote a passage that like coherently ties all of those words together. in
Wow.
a paragraph that like makes sense. It's pretty impressive. I read the whole thing. Actually,
Huh.
should I read it?
It's pretty long.
I don't know if we need to read it. We got to get to
It's
smaller
pretty
stuff.
boring.
Yeah. But
But ChatGPT worked. So Mrs. Ritzema said, "This would have taken me all day to write myself. Thanks for helping out a digital immigrant. In other news, I would of course wear any podcast merch. Joey can
Yes.
attest to my love of spirit wear.
yes.
Stay amazing, Mrs. Ritzema or Mom."
Yeah.
Let's go.
So-
That's such a good email.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad you found a use for ChatGPT that is good and wholesome rather than cheating and
Yeah.
bad. Because I'm sure you as an educator know a lot about that side of it. So
Mhm.
glad it was
I saw-
helpful.
I saw a post on Instagram where a professor caught 80% of the class cheating
No.
on a paper.
No,
with
that's so
ChatGPT.
bad.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
really bad.
80% of the class used it and they all like failed the paper because of it.
No way. That's
Good.
Yeah, I mean that's good that they got caught, but that's so bad that that many of them are cheating.
Yeah. Also, Joey, didn't you say your dad is now listening to the podcast? He's
My
grinding
dad is now, yeah. He said, I can't remember the specifics, but like since Easter, I feel like he's listened to like 10 or 12 of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he's been driving for work like crazy. Like he'll spend like 4 or 5 hours in the car a day. So he says he just puts it on and listens to that. And it's really fun. It's really
So
fun to talk.
You didn't listen before that?
I think he listened to a few of them, but not
Okay,
a not
but
a lot.
as many.
Yeah, because he was like, for some reason, he was home a lot. Like he wasn't driving for work as much. Like the
Makes
last,
sense.
couple of months. But like, I think now that it's getting nicer out, he's driving a lot. So it's kind of fun to come home like on weekends, and both of my parents are at different points in the podcast. And, like it always comes up, like of different stuff we talk about. So
Yeah.
it's kind of fun.
We have a lot of new listeners lately.
Oh, really?
And because like based on what I've been hearing or like around people like saying that they've started listening to it, or just like the analytics too, because we've had 97 listeners in the last, what was it, 7 days. So our audience size seems to be going up a little bit.
Yeah,
But-
our audience size usually hovered around like 60 to 65, and it's at 97 right now. So that's probably thanks to the Annika episode a lot. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've heard multiple people say they've started listening to it because of either the Hornbeak episode or the Annika one.
Yeah.
So Michael Johnson, who Joe, you know,
Yep.
he started listening to the Hornbeak one and now has been listening to every one. He
That's
said
so
he
cool.
he really likes it. Josiah started listening to the Annika one and then he listened to the Hornbeak one and how he's been listening to all of them. Landon, Landon and Josh, that's the guy that you met here once that knows Jeremy.
yeah.
So he listened to the Annika one and said he like loves it and thinks we're really entertaining. And he also really, really wants to be on. He has asked me 3 times
Wow.
in the last week if he
Get
can be on
him
the
on.
podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll get him on. And then also Ian too listened to the Annika one and said he really liked it.
Yeah.
So
That's
It's
cool.
so hype.
yeah.
It's kind of fun. Because at some point we just got to start monopolizing this sucker. Like,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
cool.
that's
that,
the goal, obviously.
it's cool that people like are enjoying it, but like, where's my paycheck?
Yeah. We're
Like,
not making any money.
Yeah.
That's why we got to get the merch going, man.
Yeah. The merch.
We're going to talk about that later. So
It's all about brand building.
yeah, we have one more email, and this one is from pebblegirl@jeffreystone.com,
Yep.
who now we all know, of course, Annika. And her subject line is questions for a Q&A. So we decided, these were the only questions we received, but we just decided
We tried.
people don't seem that interested in us, I guess. No one wants to ask us questions, which is a little hurtful. So if we ever do a Q&A one, it would be good just for our self-esteem if you guys could send in a few more questions just to at least act like you're interested. But we didn't really have anything else to do today, so we're gonna go ahead with the Q&A, and we're gonna use Annika's questions, and then we might use some of our own, or like consult Chat GPT as well. So
Yeah.
this is a Q&A episode, and we're already 40 minutes in. So we might not need to do many more questions other than what just Annika wrote.
There's
Yeah.
not that many here.
Yeah.
It's not as many as last time, that's for sure.
Dude,
No.
that was crazy.
Yeah, we had
What was-
245 questions last time.
We'll
Oh, really?
definitely do
No, we
another
didn't. No, we
Q&A in
didn't.
the future. And now that I've guilt tripped with the people,
Yeah.
hopefully
Oh,
we're-
you have no
can-
idea
you can
how
just
many.
start sending questions right now for the next one, honestly, guys. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, guys, please, we really want to do an episode where we
Yes.
settle people's disputes.
Yes.
So please, if you are having an argument with like your significant other, your mom, your dad, your dog, your sister, your brother,
dog.
your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your friend, your best friend, your roommate, your classmate, your professor, your teacher, your mentor.
Okay. Pump the brakes.
Send us. I'm just trying to make sure that they really know they can send in any dispute,
Yeah.
because we really want to have an episode where we get people's disputes and we solve them.
Yeah.
Like, we got a girlfriend saying, "Hey, my boyfriend is doing this. What do I do?" And we
We'll
solve
give you
it.
advice.
Will give you the hard and fast answer, just like do this and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's done.
Obviously, we are experts in everything.
Yes. And also, I want to make it very clear. Like, you might be thinking, oh, I can't send in my problem or like question the 245 because like I don't want to embarrass myself. There's a little thing you could do called like just change the names in the story,
Or say, "Please be anonymous."
or please be anonymous. We will respect, we have so much respect for you and your privacy. We will only, it's a very filtered content that
Yes.
gets on the podcast.
Okay, Joey, this sounds extremely sarcastic. I want to emphasize that we will, if you want to stay
Oh,
anonymous, we'll actually do that.
Yeah, we
Yes.
will.
I was trying to be actually somewhat serious, but it's like in a lighter tone. But yeah, Josh, that's a good point. So just change the names, whatever you want to do, just email us because we want to solve your problems. We want to help the people. That's
Yeah.
what this podcast is about, and the money.
Yes,
Can't
and the
forget
money.
Yeah.
Both of those things. Don't forget the money, guys.
Yeah. So you
Should
can
we-
also Venmo me if you want, just for
Shut
fun.
up.
You can Venmo Joey at Micah Clark 56.
That's a strat. Yeah, Joey's Venmo, Micah Clark 56. Total sense. All right.
Anyways,
Shall we start some questions?
Let's do it.
Let's read the first part of the email though first.
Yeah, that's a good
Annika
idea.
says, I am so stoked to be all caught up on the 245 podcast and still on cloud 9 from getting to be
Hold on.
as a guest.
Hold on. Pause. Can we get a little golf clap for Annika for catching up? That's a lot of episodes.
Pretty impressive, honestly.
Good work, Annika.
Because I'm a faithful listener, I thought I'd help you out with a Q&A and some questions. So thank you, Annika. You are the only one who cares about us, I guess.
Yep.
Just kidding, guys. I don't blame you. You have other things to do other than think of questions for us. But also, send us questions.
Please.
Okay, these first questions are labeled all members. So these are ones we got to go around and answer, all
Okay.
of us.
Sounds good.
First, who is the most famous person you've ever met?
Well, you've met Young Gravy, Josh.
Yeah.
That's the most
That-
famous person I've probably ever seen, like, up close. So I'll go with that.
I met a guy named Garrison Keeler. You guys will probably not know who that is. But he used to be a bigger deal back in like the early 2000s, but he was like a book writer. He was on the radio a little bit, but he's been on night shows like the late night talk shows on like CBS and stuff and NBC and stuff. And I went to his house to watch the Super Bowl once because his niece married my dad's friend.
Oh my word. What kind of connection is that?
And then my dad's friend was over at his house for the Super Bowl and invited me and my dad to come over. So,
Huh.
yeah, he's not really famous anymore, but anyone who was alive or like old enough to know like somewhat about pop culture in the early 2000s will know who Garrison Keeler is. So that's probably the most famous person I've ever met.
I
Joey?
honestly can't think of anyone. Like what's our definition? Like you shaking hands with them? Like you've actually had a talk with?
I mean, mine, he didn't even see me. So I think if you haven't actually met anyone, just like seen somewhat up close.
I guess I went to a church in Chicago, and Josh Hamilton was talking there. So I guess I was in the same room as him. He was a really famous baseball player when that took place. So that was 11.
When I
11 years
followed
ago?
baseball when I was probably in elementary school, that's like a name I remember way back from my memory bank. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, he was really good, and then he had a really good testimony of like he was really addicted to drugs when he like first got in the league, and then he got like over it and found Christ and stuff. But I think he ended up like going back into it, which was like super sad. But someone's gonna have to fact check me on that. But I thought he like fell back out of the league because he got into drugs again. But that's who came to my mind.
Got it.
Nice.
All right. Next question we have. What are your opinions on reality TV shows?
Okay.
I will first
I
say.
thought you were a faithful listener, Annika.
Yeah, I would first say go and listen to our episode literally titled "Is Reality TV Even Real?" I think something along those lines, right?
Yeah,
I didn't think I'd ever be disappointed in you, Annika, but
Mike's joking, by the way.
I'm joking.
I could see the
I'm
look on his
joking.
face. Yeah, go back to that one. I think it's a load of garbage and it's all scripted, and they do
yeah.
it for money.
I'm
I will
generally
say-
not a fan.
I will say I was really bored the other day.
Oh no, Mike, don't do this. You're gonna say something dumb here.
I watched the first episode of the new season 4 of Love Is Blind.
Mike!
So disappointed.
But
Unbelievably disappointed.
I did not finish it. First, because the new episode of Survivor came out, so I switched to that. Two, because I was like, yeah, this is garbage. I don't care about this anymore.
Oh,
It was more fun when I watched it with Kylie and we could trash on it together, but watching it by yourself is just awful.
yeah, you just feel like a terrible person.
Yep. So I'm like, yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There's our takes.
yep.
Reality TV, bad.
Bad.
What is the nastiest thing you've gotten from your school cafeteria?
Well, we didn't really, I guess.
Just talk. You can talk about college too.
I was going to say, the school lunches at Vail High School were a little sketchy sometimes.
They were all
Oh,
just
the-
nasty. So
Yeah.
I
was sketch.
never got hot lunch. They just looked bad. I
I got it a
sack
couple
lunches, but-
times. It's just not worth it. The pizzas last year, they're good now, but last year they were weird. The sauce was weird.
I thought the sauce was amazing.
You liked the sauce last year?
Yeah, I did.
That was the worst part.
No, that was the best part. The crust was terrible.
Anyways, that was pretty bad.
That was, I wouldn't say the grossest. I feel like I've gotten stuff from the grill that's been bad, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
It's never that bad. It's
No.
always mid. It's always like a 6 out of 10. Like it's not bad, but like you just eat it to get by. Sometimes it's bussin',
Yeah.
but most of the time it's a 6.
Yeah.
Josh, do you have anything?
I was gonna. So we have a burger line, and sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're really not okay. So a lot of those have been bad, but one has been standout bad. It was a day like right before a break, and all the food that day had been really bad, and I was just like, okay, fine, I'll go for a burger because everything else looks awful. So I got a burger, and then I bit into it, and it was still like totally raw, like the reddest one I've gotten, and it was disgusting. And meat, just in general, I'm not a huge meat fan, and especially like not well done meat grosses me out more than like the typical person. So that was just not the best. I've gotten a few not well done burgers. That one was the worst one. So I would have to say that.
Sounds nasty.
It is. If your imaginary friend could describe you in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Imaginary
Why
friend.
imaginary?
Yeah, why not the real friend?
How
That's a
about
good question.
Let's change this. What are 3 words that your friends IRL would describe you with? Which we can do because
IRL.
we are friends IRL. So
Mhm.
the 2 people who are not the person can describe them in 3 words.
Okay. So should we start with Josh?
Yeah.
Okay. We should go back and forth.
Okay. I'll go first.
Well, you guys can like collab on them too.
Oh, okay, we'll clap. I
We'll
was
do a
thinking first
collab.
smart. I was going smart.
That's what I was thinking.
Josh, look at that.
Thank you guys.
First,
I was going to say creative.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you need that for engineering, and
That's creative.
He be making some music and videos.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Man, how can you encapsulate all of Josh in 3 words?
Hot. Wait,
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Shit. What?
Stop.
I wasn't. I wasn't thinking that.
Stop.
I was gonna say like determined.
Athletic. Oh, that
Okay.
kind of works together. Determined, I think, is really good though.
Those 2 words don't go together, Mike.
Well, you can be determined to be athletic.
You can be athletic to be determined.
Something like that.
Makes so much sense, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say determined.
Bonus word, athletic.
Okay, bonus word athletic. Okay, let's go, Mike. Josh, let's collab on Mike.
Let's collab. What do you think about like driven or motivated?
Motivate is a good one. I was gonna say kind for the next one. It's not a good word,
Aw.
but that's one of the first things that comes to my
I would say like
head.
kind slash like
Slash.
respectful, like just
Yeah,
good at
yeah. There
being
you go.
nice to people.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So driven slash motivated, kind slash
That's-
respectful. We're kind of cheating. We're just doing slashes.
We're totally cheating.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got 4 words now.
they slash them.
No.
What's funny is my dad remembered that joke.
Oh,
It said
that
he
Mitch
laughed
told?
so hard at Mitch's joke.
They slashed that.
Yeah,
That was a pretty funny joke.
yeah.
Okay,
I
what's the
feel
final
like it's
one?
got to be motivated slash driven is kind of related to like what you do, because I feel like you're always like really good at planning, getting stuff done. But at the risk of copycat, I would also say creative, because I feel like you have really good creativity with all the stuff you make.
Honestly, I was thinking funny has definitely moved up the list
Oh
a lot.
yeah,
Let's
Mike
go.
used to be so unfunny, and now he's
It
hilarious.
is. Dude, Josh, you
Unfunny.
have no idea. I don't get the jokes this man comes up with. Because, like, I need like 2 or 3 seconds to come up with them. Mike is
Mike's
like
just on the
off
ball.
the cuff. Like, half a second after something happens, he comes up with a joke. And it's so funny and it's so out of pocket. I don't know how he does it. It's beautiful to watch.
I've just been feeling extra out of pocket this semester. I don't know what it is. I just cared less about saying things.
It's such a good mindset to get into.
The amount of times Joey's turned to me like, Mike, you can't be saying that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's been very
it used
high.
to be the other way around. Like Joey would say
Oh.
stupid stuff.
I still say stupid
You
stuff,
still
but
do, yeah.
I've reined it in
Mine's
a
like
little.
on the line.
Yeah, Mike. No, yeah, Mike likes to find that line.
Okay, funny. Yeah, we'll take that. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mike. What are we doing for Joey?
Um,
I would say a defining thing about Joey for me has always been like positivity or optimistic.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
such a good one.
yeah, positivity / optimistic.
Yes.
Um,
We're just using 6 words for all of us.
This is tough. I'd say caring, because
Aw,
you care about all your friends a lot.
yeah, I would agree.
I try.
Yep. And you're always one to like go say hi to everyone and check in on them.
Yeah,
and,
you're like fairly intentional about stuff like that.
yeah, caring / intentional.
There you
Because
go.
we're going on this /
We're slashing.
trend here.
Yeah.
What else?
This isn't the last one. We're gonna do an honorable mention bonus of funny, because I still think Joey's funny, even if Mike has gotten
Yeah.
a lot more funny. Joey has just always
Thanks.
been pretty funny.
Oh, thanks. I try.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that
Were
was
you-
honorable mention.
That was honorable.
Oh, that was honorable mention.
You don't get out that easy, Mike.
Okay.
We got to think of one more or 2 more with a slash.
Man, so much pressure.
Yeah.
So what did we did optimism / positivity. What was yours?
Caring
Caring / intentional.
/ intentional.
Yep. I feel like hardworking works. That's
Yeah.
not a slash. That's a dash.
Hard / working.
Hard / working. No, just hardworking. Joey works hard at stuff.
He
Yeah.
does. Like his
Except mowing.
except the other day when he was at 6 hours on his phone.
Yeah, except that day. I'm very good at procrastinating. That could be one of my words.
He works hard at procrastinating.
I do. It takes a lot of effort to
Nah, but
waste time like I do.
I feel like some people like just grew up not knowing how to work well, but something I've always appreciated about you is like you know how to pitch in and just help with stuff. Like after events, you know how to help just clean up and do what's needed, or even at work, like you just know how to know how to work, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's a
Not
good thing.
Thank you.
Extremely common.
They don't make them like they used to.
Don't make them like
No,
they
they
used to.
Yeah.
We're so old, guys.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah. Thanks God.
Let's blame it on COVID.
Yep.
Okay. Next question.
That was a great question.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I'm glad we switched it from imaginary friend because I think it's funner when other people describe you because you can say what you want to be true about yourself, but maybe that's not necessarily true.
Deep.
What? Why is that funny?
What you just said was deep.
Mike said deep like right after you
Oh,
finished.
I didn't hear that.
And it was really funny. Because it is deep.
Number 5. What's the last thing that made you cry, Mike?
Well, last night we were playing beanbags and
I lost. I'm a really sore loser.
no, so I decided to be good. No, I actually didn't cry at this for the record. I was just making a joke. But I'll just tell it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So I decided we were playing cornhole in the stud, and I decided it would be a good idea to like sit right behind the hole of the cornhole board, like right behind the cornhole board. Like, you know,
I already know where this is going.
we're doing a no flinch challenge. and this is Jordan and Joey that are throwing towards me here. And they're both pretty consistently on the board or like through the hole, which like also doesn't like go past the board. But then Jordan just chucks it, not trying to hit me, goes right past the board, right down into my lap. That hurt for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
He was in some pain.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Mike,
So-
but did you flinch?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, after he got hit, he flinched.
Oh, you
Yeah.
lost. You lost the
Yeah.
game.
So I lost the no flinch challenge.
I just lost the game.
I just lost the game.
Heck, I lost the game.
Anyways, last thing that made me cry. I don't even remember. Probably sometime that Kylie was upset about something and I was also crying with her because I was sad that she was sad.
Mm.
I don't
boyfriend.
know. I don't remember exact situations, but I know that has happened a couple times. So yeah, it's been a while. So what about you guys?
I actually cried for the first time.
Ever?
One of my first times in my I can only think of 2 times in my whole life, and this was one of them. On which day was it? Thursday. Me and Mandy were just talking about some stuff and just like talking about all sorts of stuff. And I just started crying. I did not like the feeling. I kind of it kind of feels good to just get it all out there.
Yeah.
But then you just feel yucky.
Mean stuff was being built up usually.
Yeah.
Wait,
so, but
Did
I'm
you say
chilling
you
now.
can only think of 2 times you've cried
Yeah.
ever?
I mean, I'm sure I cried as like a little kid.
Half of those were last week.
Okay. I can only think of 2 times since 5th grade,
Huh.
probably 3rd grade.
I didn't think I cried a lot, and I've cried a lot more than that. That's interesting.
I don't know. Something's definitely wrong with me.
No, it's
I
not.
don't know.
I don't think that's
But-
like super uncommon, but
Yeah.
I cry more than Joey, but I'd definitely be in the same boat where if this had been asked a week ago, I probably wouldn't have known. I think there's probably the beginning of first semester was like really tough. And I think I cried a few times beginning of this year. But since then, not a lot until what day was that? Oh, it was Thursday. Wait,
Oh
Joey,
my
was yours
goodness.
Thursday too?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Thursday.
my word.
Bro,
No
we were
way.
just having a rough Thursday.
Wow. Me and Josh were just vibing. That
Vibing,
is
crying.
that is not, I mean, it's not ideal, but I mean, at least we were in it together, man.
It's kind of a big coincidence. That's really funny.
Yeah,
Um,
huh.
Anyways, this weekend I had been planning to go home because my brother had a track meet on Saturday, and I probably won't get to see a lot of those. And this was one where I didn't have anything this weekend, so it was going to work out for me to come home. So I was planning on doing my concert Friday night and then driving home after the concert, getting back late, and then going to the track meet on Saturday. And on Thursday, well, first of all, the whole day was just kind of weird because a bunch of stuff happened that just wasn't ideal. So there were things building from the very beginning. And then this is like a little petty thing, but I fell off my longboard, which I've never fallen before.
Dude, there's something about that. There
It
is
sucks.
something about it. And I think it's like just like almost like the embarrassment of it.
Yeah.
Like if people see you,
It's
it
maybe
sucks.
It's
like
maybe
so
partly
much.
that. I think only one person saw me. But anyways, I fell and it was like a really hard fall. And I chucked my car keys at the ground to like in the process because they were just in my hands and they went flying. And I broke my car keys. Like they don't, it starts the
Oh.
car, but the fob part doesn't work anymore. And I hurt my wrist and my hand, and I was really worried because the concert was the next day and I didn't know if I'd be able to play.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it ended up being fine. Like it wasn't hurt in a way that I couldn't play. It still hurts actually, but it didn't affect my out playing at all. But that sucked, and I like scraped up my arms and legs and was just hurting, and that wasn't fun. And then that was on the way to percussion ensemble. At percussion ensemble, my percussion instructor told us that he's leaving next year. He's moving to Oregon.
Oh.
And that was really rough because I was really looking forward to like taking lessons from him again next year and doing percussion ensemble. And now that's all kind of uncertain because I don't know who will fill that position. And then right after percussion ensemble, my dad called and told me the track meet had been canceled. And I had been like looking forward the whole week to getting to be home again. So it was just like 3 things, and I just went to my room and cried for a bit.
rough day.
That's like the worst when all that stuff is like, it's always those days. It's not like an even amount of like bad stuff over the week. It's just like it all happens on the same day and it just sucks.
Yeah.
It happens.
It do be like that sometimes.
At least you guys were in it together.
Yeah.
We were both crying on the same night.
Josh, next time we should just like FaceTime each other and just be like,
Bro, are you
hey,
crying right now?"
bro? Yeah.
Bro, I'm crying.
Yeah.
We can all just cry together. That would be a vibe.
Yeah. That would be a vibe.
Made great podcast episode. Just lay out all of our
Yeah.
sorrows.
Yeah. I don't know if we could publish that one.
Probably not.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. Okay, next up we have, what was your proudest moment in high school? Can go back and relive the
Wow.
glory days. Just kidding, but sort of.
Proudest moment.
That's pretty good. I was pretty happy when I got I got captain sophomore year for basketball, but the only reason that happened is because Caleb left. So it's just me and Hans.
Wait, I was sophomore captain of soccer, right?
Yeah.
But-
Yep. And I don't think, I didn't do that. That was you.
Because that was me, Hans.
And Gabe?
Yeah, I think Gabe was, which was a joke. But
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then you
didn't
were
do anything.
captain with just Hans in basketball, right?
Yep. And but then after that, I think I was soccer and basketball junior and senior year. With I know you and me did that for soccer.
Yep.
That was a good time.
Nice. How about you, Mike?
My proudest moment. I mean, there's the proud moments of like doing good in a theater show and like being able to successfully like run chapel committee every week and do for the most part all that fun stuff if they allowed me to do it.
Ooh, shade.
But then I guess the most long-lasting one that ended up being the most fulfilling was I was proud that I was able to reconnect with all of you guys and become best friends forever.
Wow.
After
Wow. That's
Very
so,
nice and homey and
I
stuff.
thought you were gonna say starting dating Kyle, and I was
that too. Forgot about that.
That's funny.
Yep.
So I was pleasantly surprised that you said us.
Yeah, that too. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Dating Mandy, of course. I should be pretty proud of that because
Seemed to work out. I mean,
it seemed to
you
work
guys seem
out.
to be doing pretty good.
Yep. But sophomore year, Joey, can you remember that guy?
I do remember that guy.
That guy had no clue what was going on.
Yeah, here he is. Well,
Yet here he is.
so
Didn't freak it up.
is that you guys' proudest moments being captains of
No,
think so.
I
high
don't.
school?
I never really thought about being captain as being that big of a deal because we were at such a small school, and I was like I was fine at the sports, but it didn't mean like a whole ton. I would say I know I've talked about virtual chapels before, but I remember after making that very first one, and like we sent it to Mr. Scott, and we were kind of expecting it to just like go out to the high school, but then he was like, guys, this is really good. Are you like fine if I send it out to the whole community? And then it got sent out, and then a bunch of people shared it, and it just got a lot of views. I was pretty proud of that, and both the final product and how it like affected people. I'd say that was one of them.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say that. I thought you'd say.
Yeah, those were bussin'. That was prime COVID time.
Yeah.
Prime COVID time.
Yeah, made that time a lot better. And also very, like, I learned a bunch. So it wasn't all for nothing.
Good. There you go. All right, next question.
Oh, we all answered that. I was waiting for someone else. There is no one else.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
If you won the lottery, what would you do with your winnings? Yeah. She said maybe you guys did this one last time, but I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
No. If you had a lot of money, what would you do?
I have a feeling that we're going to have very lame answers.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say I would, number one, pay off student debt, pay off Mandy's student debt, buy us not a super big house. I'd probably buy us a house, and then I'd probably buy land like farther north, just like a huge chunk of land that I could eventually build a house on. I would give some of it away. I thought it'd be so fun to pay for like all of my cousins' college. Like that's like a lot of us, and like to pay for every single one of their colleges. That would be kind of sweet.
It'd be dope.
I would definitely take Mandy like on a trip for like 6 months. We'd go around the world so she can see everywhere, so she'd never want to travel again.
As you were saying that, I was like, I feel like this is the reason why. And then you said it.
Yep. And I'd buy my parents something very nice. And I'd buy Bray and Jake something very nice. And then I would put a lot of it in the stock market and leave it.
It's a good place.
Try to build some generational wealth.
Yeah.
I'd buy some cool stuff though.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
I would, first priority, pay off my mom's house.
Oh, that's a phenomenal one.
Second, I would pay the rest of my college / pay off the loans I have already. 3, put a down payment on a house for...
Or you could just buy it straight up with lottery money.
Or, yeah, true.
Yeah, we're talking like 100 mil.
Yeah, okay. I'd buy a house.
I don't know about that much, but...
That's what a lottery is?
And then, let it sit for a couple years. Let it sit for a couple years because, I can because I won the lottery.
Yeah.
Let it sit there until I move there. And then I would... I'd probably pay for my sister's colleges, and then I would invest / do with that and give some away too.
You know what I think like the correct way to do it, and I think this is like a better way of like spending money and investing and stuff, is like buy like really nice stuff that you use like every day.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Not go crazy. Don't go buy a yacht or something dumb like that. But I would have like the nicest lawnmower that I could buy. And I would like have really nice shoes.
So it'd last a long time.
I'd have a really nice mattress.
Oh, I'd also buy a bunch of camera equipment.
Oh, yeah. I'd buy like a bunch of
Bibles.
Bibles.
One of each translation.
Yeah, one of each translation. Just flex on people. Look at my Bibles.
Wow, that
I got for
really
like $10
cool,
a piece. Josh, what would you do with the lottery?
What would I do if I won the lottery? I feel like that's a really hard question to know. Like I can say a bunch of stuff, but I don't think I'd know until I had the money. And I feel like it would be a lot more pressure if I actually had it. And that would make different decisions than me just sitting here dreaming. But as me just sitting here dreaming, probably similar to you guys, I would pay off my parents' house probably too, because that would be cool. I would probably buy like recording equipment and then buy like all the raw materials to build my own studio, because that's like kind of a dream of mine to like build a really cool space for doing music stuff. And then I would buy land and build it. because I think just buying one straight up would be boring and not satisfying. But if I like got to build it all on my own, that would be really sweet. Probably, actually, definitely like pay for Justin's college. Caleb's already done with that, so too bad for Caleb.
What a man.
What a legend.
I love that kid.
Yeah, and he'll do fine on my own. I think he would probably have more money than me, even if I won the lottery. I don't know. I feel like I have a really bad answer to this.
That's pretty good.
I would want to find like some organizations that I think are doing like really good things and then invest in them and not just like give them a bunch of money, but actually like get involved. Because if you get a lot of money, you don't necessarily need to worry about working. So then you could just like do things that won't necessarily make you money, but that would still like make a big impact. So like working with organizations that are doing good things would be fun.
I think Rolex is doing some really nice things.
I'd really love to just work with Rolex.
Tesla's a pretty good organization to donate to.
I hear you get a car in return.
Yeah. This company called Canon, I think they make like camera gear. You know, that'd be pretty nice to invest in.
Yep.
Or to donate to, sorry.
Donate, yeah.
Donate to, yeah. No, but with the rest of it, I would probably like, do investing stuff.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure.
Oh, I would start like college funds for my future kids.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's smart.
So I skipped a question. That's my bad. We're going to do this one fast. If you could pick a celebrity to narrate your life, who would it be?
Ryan Reynolds.
Young Gravy.
Jack Black.
Oh my goodness, Josh. That's a great answer.
Peaches. All right, next.
What is one name you'd never want to name your child?
Xavier.
Xavier?
Do you mean Xavier?
Judas.
Oh my goodness.
What? It's a good answer.
That's the.
I've never thought about that,
Josh,
but yeah, there are no Judases.
Yeah, that's the stuff that he says it's out of pocket is what. It's so
What?
bad.
Is it too soon? It's like 2,000 years ago.
Oh my word.
Okay.
That was so good.
Moving to my
Yeah,
name,
let's move on.
I actually have a notes called, well, there's two sections, names I like and then names I dislike. I think the most vile name in the names I dislike section is Ursula. So I would never name my child Ursula.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that's a
Close
good one.
second, Olga.
Olga's
Yeah.
pretty good. Edith.
OLGA, yeah. It's kind of a bad name. Okay, alternatively,
I'd rather name
this
my
isn't-
kid Olga than Judas.
Olga and Judas, the perfect combo. On the flip side, do you have like names you guys give like one or two names you really like that you would like consider naming your kid?
I really like the name Grace because that's what I was supposed to be named if I was a girl. And
That's
I'm
cool.
not a girl, so I'm not named Grace. But like, that's just such a good name. And like, God's grace is like a huge part of theology, and I'm a nerd. So that's what I did. They're
Hot
roommate
nerd.
again.
No,
Yeah.
that's good.
So that's one.
Mike, do you have one?
I've always liked the name James for a boy. I also like Oliver, and like Theodore, so you could call him Teddy. I think that'd be a fun name.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
For girls' names, I really like Amelia. I like Kylie. Just kidding. I also like the name Sam too for a boy. It's a solid
And I
name.
like the name Tim for a boy. That's
No
really
way.
fun. No. Oh,
We could have kids named Sam and Tim.
That'd be
Tim.
crazy.
That'd be legendary.
Mandy shot down Tim. But like
Aw.
Tim is biblical. That's Timothy, and he's like Paul's OG buddy. Like, why can I not name my kid Tim? And it's just a great name.
Yeah, well, Jesus had another OG buddy, but we're not going to talk about that one. Okay, Josh.
Shout out Judas.
Shout out Judas. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just do a few of the names I like from my list. So girl names, a couple I'm a fan of would be Sky or Eden. I like both of those. And then boy names, Rylan is a good one, and I like Brooke too.
Oh my goodness, Josh.
Wow.
I would not expect those names from you.
No, not
Why
at
not?
all.
Those are more like modern. They're either like biblical, like way back, like, and I wasn't
Yeah.
saying, but like Eden.
No, I know.
That's like I feel like that's a more like modern.
I know what you're saying, and I'm not actually. I really like the names. I haven't really thought about what I would name my children, so I don't know. I would probably think about it more and be like, it would actually be more meaningful to have names like that instead of names that I just think sound nice. So
Yeah.
those are just names I
Yeah.
like.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
next question. When is 245 merch coming out? I think
We'll
I think
see.
it would be safe to say we'll figure it out this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer project
Yeah.
for the boys.
Dude,
I'm
I
thinking
want
about it. And I also think we're going to drop a website because that would probably be like the easiest way for people to like access merch too. Like,
We can make it on Google sites.
no,
Yeah.
I literally started a Google site.
Oh my goodness. Let's go.
Google
We
Sites
should buy a
isn't-
domain.
We will not buy a domain unless we get
Well,
some.
they're like $12 a year.
If we can make that much in like merch, maybe.
I think hopefully we make $12 a year on merch.
Hopefully.
I don't know. I feel like I don't want to upcharge people much from what we're paying because it's
See,
already
and that's the
gonna be
difference between you and me.
What?
Because like if I know our moms are gonna buy it no matter what, so it's $50 a pop for a t-shirt.
$50 per t-shirt. You got to do it. You
No, I'm
said
just
you
kidding.
would. All the people who said, "Oh yeah, I'll buy merch for sure." Just guilt
Yeah,
them
I'm
into
just
doing
kidding.
it.
I would not do that.
No. Okay. These are from Eva. I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing you guys do.
Yeah. Friend of ours here.
Shout out to Eva P.
She's also really good friends with Annika Stone. So she listened to the Annika episode and then decided to send us questions.
Got it.
So
All right. What is a production you wish UNW Theater would do and why?
our town, so Joey could reprise his role as father.
My word.
I second that.
No, hard no. How about like something good?
I think
I can't name any shows. The only one I've seen is like Newsies in Hamilton.
they did Newsies like 5 years ago.
Oh, darn.
I don't think they could do Hamilton. Dear Evan Hansen would be kind of cool.
Wavy through
It's the first time it's the only time you'll ever hear Joey sing.
Yep. First and last.
Yeah, that's that. Next question.
What is the project you're most proud of in college?
Definitely my final project for Single Cam this past fall, which was the Da Capo film that got in the 516 Film Festival and won 2 awards, baby. So that's definitely one I'm most proud of, for sure.
I wrote a 12-page hermeneutical paper on qualifications for overseers. Oh, I'm such a nerd.
Okay, nerd. Josh, what about you?
I'm gonna double dip. I have in Western Civ, I wrote a trifecta of papers. One was on Plato's philosophy. The second one was on Augustine's philosophy, and then it was like a compare contrast of both. And I thought all of those were like some of my best writing. So I was pretty proud of those. And then secondly, in differential equations, we had to do a project about like modeling saltwater distribution through a tank. And it was kind of an intense project, but the final report just turned out really good. And like it's designed well. All of like our explanations turned out really well. And yeah, it's like a 20-page report on differential equations, which is kind of a flex. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Speaking of differential equations, I sent Josh an Instagram post yesterday that was like a screenshot of a Twitter post, and it was an article that's as follows. A guy says he was questioned on a plane for doing math during a flight. A woman sitting next to the Ivy League economist told flight crew she had security concerns about the man after seeing him write in a foreign script. Turned out to be differential equation.
First of all, that's funny because it's differential equations and she thought it was some weird script. But also, that's so extremely like discriminatory. Like you see someone writing in a different language and you contact security.
I know.
Like what?
Yeah. That's not
And
good.
the reply to that is suspected of ties to algebra.
Oh no, the worst group ever seen. Algebra. Oh yeah, someone literally said that. Even if he was writing in a foreign script, what's he gonna do? Write a bomb into existence? Like what?
Anyways, next question.
Next question. Let me get back to that window. Okay, this one's
it's for each
yeah.
of us.
We're to the individual questions. The first one is for me, which are, what are your thoughts on Be Real so far? So if you've heard the rumors, they're true. I got Be Real. I actually got it. I got it after we recorded the podcast with all of us in the studio. So my first Be Real is us in the studio right after recording that podcast. It's been fine so far. I would agree with these guys that like I don't spend a ton of time on it, and I'm trying to be intentional about not adding a bunch of people. So I think I have 13 friends right now, which isn't a whole lot. So it's like not a huge time waster. And I also made a deal with myself that if I got that, I wouldn't look at Instagram on my computer, which is where I usually look at it. So I like set my time limit on Instagram on my computer to 0 and like logged out. Now the only way I can look at Instagram is on my old phone, which must always stay plugged in or it turns off. And that's like in my dorm room. So I would say the time between those two things I've like canceled out, and it's fun to see what Mike and Joey are up to. I don't know. What is your perspective? Is me having Be Real everything you hoped and dreamed it would be?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, next question.
That was easy. Yes. Micah, what are you most looking forward to about being in Knutson next year instead of SOMO?
I'm looking forward to, not that like being in a mixed staff was bad, but like I'm excited to see the difference in an all-male staff next year. I think it'll be a different dynamic. I'm also excited to be in the stud and just kind of be like where there's more energy and action happening. Just more people showing up to events and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Nice. All right. And then we got Mitch, the elite food and ice cream combo at DQ, in your opinion.
He's not here.
Oh, really?
Rip.
I forgot about that.
Dang. We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, we'll ask Mitch. We'll catch that question later. Joey, the best piece of premarital advice that you've received?
The best piece of premarital. Oh, it was from Mr. Bartz. What'd he say?
Leave it to Mr. Bartz. That's so good.
Dude, Mr. Bartz needs to get on this podcast because that dude is phenomenal.
Yep.
I think he said something about like you just have to like totally surrender everything like to your partner and just like serve her and like look out for all of her needs, and then you will have if you both do that, you'll have a happy marriage. I'm also reading, or I read listened to part of a book, and that was pretty good too. And the main thing in that one is like healthy marriage is always built around a solid friendship first. And I thought there were some good points in that book, and I'd like to read it again. But that is so far, and that is a very common theme in talking to people, is all about like you just have to serve each other and lay down your own desires for the other person. So yeah, there you go for all you high schoolers and college kids.
Nice.
And adults. Yeah.
That's it for questions from Annika. I think we're already going pretty long, so I don't think we need to supplement from ChatGPT. Maybe we can do a separate Q&A with non-fan questions, because I have some that are just like general good questions, and I'm sure ChatGPT would be a contributor as well. We do have one question that we failed to answer last time that Joey specifically made a note that we need to answer sometime. So I'm pulling that up. Okay, so this was, if you remember, Mrs. Silman had some questions that we answered in the first Q&A, and one I skipped was a question from Mr. Silman, which says, as 20-year-olds, or soon to be, we're all 20 now, so that works. Wait, Mike.
Yeah.
You're 20, right?
In a couple weeks.
Right. Yeah. I was like, after I said that, I'm like, wait, no, Mike isn't quite yet. But we're all close. What would you tell your 15-year-old self about girls?
Mike, you want to go first?
What would I say? I would say just go for it.
What does that mean?
Just kidding.
Like, that
is terrible advice.
I'd say be careful and don't like feel like it has to be the one that you'll end up with forever. Like, don't have that pressure on you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna do more general, like about all females. My advice to my 15 8-year-old self would be extremely gentle and intentional with everything you do. Because I grew up with brothers, so we would just pound on each other. Can't do that with girls. And like in what like you say and stuff. That's what I mean by that. So just be intentional about that. And like every little word that you say matters. So just be very careful. And they're very different than guys, believe it or not.
I was going to say, so this is to 15-year-olds, which what grade would that be in? Like freshman, no, that's like sophomore.
Yeah.
Freshman.
Yeah, I think that's
I would just say
freshman.
like be really kind and respectful, but like at that point in your life especially, don't try and like have your best friends be like girls around you. Like just get a solid group of guys around you that you can hang out and do most of your stuff with. And when you're interacting with girls, yeah, just be kind and respectful. Any more questions you guys think of?
No.
No.
This is a long episode.
Yeah, this is a long episode. I did not think this would go this long, but it was a good time.
It was a good time. Well,
Always is.
always popping off. Wait, how long will this end up being?
Mm-hmm.
Probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah. You were gone for about 5 minutes and there's definitely some dead air, but not too much.
Nice. All right. Well, we hope you all enjoyed that Q&A. Remember, send us questions and we'll store them up for the next
And
Q&A.
disputes.
And disputes. All and every and each disputes. We won't go through Mike's whole list again, but you can go back and listen if you need to be reassured that your dispute is worthy for the podcast. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. We enjoyed talking to each other, and we will see you all next time. Hope you all have a great day.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Peace out, gangsta.